Hey everyone, so today I'll be replacing the header gaskets on my 2011 Forester. While I was driving, you can hear fluttering coming from the exhaust when you have the window open, and the reason for this is the gaskets are pretty worn out, and actually one of the bolts was also missing. So should be pretty simple. All we have to do is disconnect this piece of the exhaust. There's two electrical connectors back in here to disconnect from it, and I think three bolts back in here that connect it to the tailpipe. And then on each side, there's three additional bolts that connect to the header gaskets. So 9 bolts in total, 2 electrical connectors, and Subaru wanted $530 to do this job, which will take me about 30 minutes and cost me $15 in gaskets on Amazon. So the first thing I'll be doing is taking off this brush guard right here just to get better access to the connectors. And from there I'll get back to you. It's just, like I said, 9 bolts, and this should be a quick job. So all I had to do is remove the push pin rivet thing and one bolt from the front of this brush guard, and that should be enough to allow me to get back in here to those connectors. There's a black one and that gray one that we need to disconnect to remove this piece of the exhaust. So I'll be doing that next. So the connectors are disconnected. The 3 bolts over here are disconnected. For all this stuff, you're going to need a 14mm socket, and that's all you'll need. And now I'll be taking off the 3 on each side, and this whole thing with some finagling should come right out. Alright, so I've got this part of the exhaust pulled off. Actually just a little bit. Not completely off, but just enough to get the gaskets out and put the new ones back in. So this will actually be pretty easy. I didn't have to take it off at all. Here are the old gaskets. Yeah, they're probably ready to be replaced. They're not too bad though. It's not like they're incredibly thin, but you can see that one. It's already starting to crack in half there. So yeah, I'll be putting these new ones in. Just tightening everything up, and yeah, it's really quick. So definitely not worth paying $530 at the dealer to have them do this. So in case anyone's interested, the nuts that are for the studs on which the header gaskets go are M10 by 1.25 millimeters, so they're the fine threaded nuts, and yeah, you can find them most anywhere. So getting this exhaust back on can be a little difficult sometimes. In the past, the best thing that I found is to slightly tighten up one of the nuts on one side just so it doesn't fall back off, and then try to work in the other side, which I've done here. And if you need a little bit of persuasion to get the exhaust back on to where it needs to be, just find a safe spot to pry against or push against or whatever. But yeah, that's it. The gaskets are in, the exhaust is all back on. Just need to add the nuts, and I'll be torquing these down to 30 Newton meters, or I think 22.5 foot-pounds or something like that. And then it's just plug the connectors back in, tighten down these as well to 30 Newton meters. I didn't even really need to have these off in the first place, but if you took them off, whatever. And then add the brush guard bolts back, and yep, that's about it. Took me 20 minutes. I really wish I would have earned $530 at Subaru for doing this.